What's up, everybody? I'm Elliott-Carter, and this is the Intellectro Controverse podcast. Welcome back, everybody, to the Intellectro Controverse. I am excited for this episode because I love movies. And there's two great things about this episode. One, of course, it's movies, and I got my good friend Brandon West back on the show, a very good movie expert, someone that we tag each other in movies, memes every day. And if you have a friend and they don't tag you in memes every day, you might want to question their friendship. As you agree with that?
Yeah, at least 4 a day.
At least 4 a day. If not, man, you might have to, no new friends, just cut them off. And another exciting thing is, I have a very special guest. I had the first ever female on the show, so now you can stop bombarding me about how I don't have females on the show. Okay, I tried. She's very knowledgeable as well with movies. This is actually the girlfriend in my life. Yes, this is my girlfriend, Tatiana Wilson. Welcome.
Hello.
I'm glad you finally made it. I actually asked her last minute. It was actually supposed to be me and Brandon, and she's gonna be on the show next week with somebody else named Kelsey. But I was like, you know what?
Wait, you're going to have 2 girls?
I'm going to have 2 girls on. Yeah.
Monday.
Maybe I'm not sexist.
Monday. Yep.
Monday, yes. That's gonna be a very good episode. So, I appreciate you coming last minute. She actually an hour ago asked her, and she got the questions ready. And
very brave.
Very brave.
Yeah. Better appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate it. And before I start the show again, Brandon gives me another pop. First episode he was on, he gave me this Deadpool one that you see in every episode. Now, he's giving me a homemade suit of Spider-Man. Just saw Spider-Man, I love that movie, and I like it. Appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, bro. No problem.
This is awesome. I'm starting my collection. This is number 3. Thank you, man.
Yeah, man. No problem.
Cool, man. Speaking of Spider-Man, me and Toddy just saw it the other day. I like it. Like I was saying off camera, I don't think you will.
I kind of figured. I really did. I watched a couple trailers, and I tried not to watch too many trailers. Like I'm kind of against trailers at this point, like one and done kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I just didn't. It just didn't catch me. Like I didn't watch a trailer and ever feel like I gotta go see it. Yeah. But I think I will watch it eventually, just to kind of watch it. But
to complain.
Exactly.
I'll say this.
There's the other side of it.
There's a positive about that movie, though. Probably one of the best high school interpretations I've ever seen.
Oh, okay. Because
I'll give you a quick example. There's a bully in the movie called Flash Thompson, and if you're a Spider-Man fan, you know this guy. In every movie, and even in the comic books, he's always a popular, buff, athletic person.
Football player, yeah.
So remind me again, I've never really seen a bully that was popular. Usually bullies are just that guy talking crap in the background.
Yeah, he's popular with 4 people.
Yeah.
That hang around with him, yeah.
Yeah, even the popular people are like, shut up, man.
I guess they go for because he's a star athlete, maybe he's popular that way. But
yeah.
He's always been dumb too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And and these new millennials, they don't really reward dumb people. I'll give them that. They just so he was more of a rival-ish type person. I like that about him. He wasn't there. I'm gonna pound you in the ground, Parker. No, he was just like he called him Penis Parker one time, and I cracked up laughing.
That's amazing.
More than once. It was like a million times.
More than
once. One time. Penis Parker. When I say penis, you say Parker. I was like, that is a bully right there. Yes.
Dude, they put that in the trailer, I would have win.
Yeah. The trailer was kind of misleading a little bit.
It was.
So you might I'm here to guess you won't.
Yeah.
Because I know you don't like that jokey stuff. Like, quit it.
Yeah, quit it.
Spider-Man's a jokey guy. I just want to throw it out there.
I'll say that if we don't get a Deadpool Spider-Man movie in the future, it would be kind of sad.
That's like Deadpool's bestie right there in the comics.
Yeah.
He loves it, and Spider-Man just leave me alone.
Yeah.
Quit.
He's annoying.
All right, we got some amazing topics for the movie lovers out there, and like I said, I'm glad you guys are here. Let's start this thing off, man. 2017 it's been a pretty good year for movies. It's not been the best summer for movies, but been a good year for movies in my opinion. So let's throw out some of our favorite movies and worst movies. Let's start with the best movies of the summer, of the year of 2017. We'll start with you.
Ladies first.
Ladies first.
Get Out.
Get Out.
Get Out was... I love Get Out.
Get Out, very original movie by, surprisingly, Jordan from Key and Peele, Jordan Peele, right? and that was his first movie, and whoa, it's a perfect movie. I loved it. And
I really want to see. I haven't gotten to see the alternate ending, but I really want to watch that.
Right.
I've heard good things.
Awesome.
That one slid through the cracks on me. I didn't make it to see that one yet.
It got, well, I know you don't trust Ross and Chains, but it got 100% for a long time. I'll say this, though. A lot of people were weary about seeing the movie because race had a lot to do with it. And a lot of people are just tired of, race conversations. Right. I'll say this, though. These aren't racist people in the movie. It's actually the opposite. These are white people that love black people a little bit too much. That's what kind of makes it a scary movie, though. So it doesn't portray white people to be evil or bad, and that's what I liked about that too. We don't need more discussions about white devil or shut up darky, I hate you.
It did a really good job at making you think one thing and then totally just turning the tables.
Oh yeah.
And nope, that's not it at all. So.
Absolutely. If you're in for a good suspenseful thriller, man, I suggest Get Out. Seriously. Seriously. What else you got?
Logan.
Love the Logan. That was 2 thumbs up. Absolutely.
Awesome.
That was really good.
And Hugh Jackman, I got emotional watching that because Hugh Jackman's literally been Wolverine since I think I was in fifth grade.
Right.
Yeah, and he was very emotional.
99.
99, yeah. Maybe even 5th or 4th grade, yeah. So it was very emotional ending because I had that emotional tie to this guy. Mm-hmm. And it was the only good Wolverine movie. The first one was, second one was.
They were both moment movies.
They're both moment movies. This one, it wasn't just a good superhero movie. It was a good movie.
Right.
And I feel like they did a really, really good job at actually making that relationship happen and make you actually really fall in love with the relationship.
Yep.
Yeah, with him and the girl, right?
The girl didn't have she did a good job at playing her character.
Right.
Right.
Absolutely. And it was her first movie, I believe, too.
I
think she was doing TV, but it was her first movie. And she was a Spanish actress. And yeah, I love that dynamic duo where it was just she was a little girl version of him at the end. They had a father and daughter moment.
Yeah.
They did a good job of balancing it too, where it wasn't, even though it was called Logan and he was the main character, it did feel like that Professor X got a good amount of screen time, and so did the little girl. To where it was even it was about all 3 of them. It wasn't Logan hammered into every scene. It really was about all 3 of them. It was
great balance. Yeah, it was a lot of people compare it to a modern day western too, that tone of the movie. Yeah. I think it would look good in black and white, honestly.
Yeah.
The first scene with the limo was amazing.
Oh yeah,
it was so gritty. It was awesome.
Yeah, definitely don't bring your kids to that one. What'd you about Logan though? What'd you think about the twist in the middle where there was a
we don't have to say spoiler alert. It came out forever ago. If you haven't seen it, get your life together.
So there was a twist where there was a clone version of a younger version of himself, and he ended up killing Professor X. What'd you think about? I did not see that coming.
That threw me off. I was like, "What the heck is going on? Why is this happening?" Yeah. It genuinely kind of upset me. I was like, "Why? No."
I agree. I was like, I think Professor X is gonna die. I think we're both gonna die. But I did not. Wolverine, I was like, Blaze of Glory, that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But Professor X, I was like, maybe he'll just die.
Yeah. I thought it'd be Crossfire.
I thought he was gonna get stabbed in the head. I was like, oh, sorry.
I thought it would be something like, I'm 97 years old, it's my time. Good night. I thought it'd be something like that. I didn't think it would be him.
No.
And it was really sad.
It was very tragic.
That was a twist for sure.
I love movies where because a lot of times I can see stuff coming. I did not see that coming.
Like a train, it's on a track coming right at your face. It's just annoying.
So what else you got?
Baby Driver.
Oh, love it.
Baby Driver was
Another
awesome.
good one.
The soundtrack was amazing.
I bought the vinyl as soon as I got out the theater.
Yeah,
really?
He really did.
Wow. So
very.
I'm collecting
when we
vinyls.
stepped outside.
You guys went straight there.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Well, I will say I trust you guys, so I probably have to go check that movie out.
Oh yeah, if you like good music too, and if you like,
soundtracks are taking over. Soundtracks are becoming a big part of movies.
You know what? And I'm not mad at that, man.
Yeah.
I'm really not.
You can't just have no.
Yeah, it was such an integral part of the movie. It was just without the music, it wouldn't have been.
Yeah,
it's got an ear problem, right? So he puts in the headphones to
drown out a little bit
of
the sound.
Okay, so that makes sense.
Oh yeah. So what else you got?
Split,
yes. You know what's funny about Split? I was on this train of M. Night Shyamalan not being a good director anymore because I liked, of course, his first one. Sixth Sense. I love Sixth Sense. I like Signs. A lot of people don't like Signs. I love Signs.
Signs is in my top 15.
Yeah, it's great, and you know what's great about Signs? You barely see the alien. It's still a good movie.
Yeah.
But other than that, man, he was going slowly. I also like that superhero movie he did.
Unbreakable.
Unbreakable, yeah, that's another good movie where you barely see the superhero. But other than that train was going down slowly for him. I was just like, this right here just brought him back to life.
Yeah,
I was like, this might be your best one.
Yeah.
I loved it. I was suspenseful the whole time. I was like, yo. This is getting crazy. The whole time, right?
It was insane. That one's on my list too, actually, on my top.
Yeah.
That one and Logan. But Split, I didn't watch it in theater. I wish I had now. But I Redboxed it and I watched it at home by myself eating a frozen pizza.
Yeah.
But I literally was the whole movie. I was like, and my dog like moved or something. I was like, hey,
chill, yeah.
I was like, dude, it was
James
ridiculous.
McAvoy is he could be in the top. He could be in the conversation of greatest actors in 2017 right now. The way he balanced those
That
parts.
was amazing.
Yeah.
It blew my mind. Like,
really was,
wow.
yeah.
And I mean, like, I wish that there was a way that, like, we had enough time where we could see more of, like, all of his personalities, because he had so many. He had, like,
You know what's
37
crazy?
or something.
What you just said,
We got to
like,
see, like, 5.
The movie was long, but it was one of those. You know, it's a good movie when you don't
didn't
want it to
feel
stop.
like it.
Yeah.
Exactly. It did. Yeah, it didn't feel like it was
You wanted
2 hours.
more. Yeah, you didn't feel like that.
There's sometimes where I find myself checking the time, like, all right, how long have I been here?
Exactly.
How much
Didn't
is
have
left
that
in the
problem
day?
with Split.
No, I was like,
I want to see more of that. Yeah.
I was like, somebody, like, I think my mom came over and I was like, here's what you need. I was like, I'm in the middle of a movie. Like, I gotta get back. Like, you got what you need? I gotta go.
Gotta go, yeah.
Did you see the ending? How it is attached to Unbreakable?
Yes, that was one of my favorite parts too. Another thing nobody saw coming, where it tied in with the Unbreakable movie.
Yeah.
It's like a sequel to Unbreakable, but it's an origin story to a villain.
Right.
yeah.
And what I liked about that was I was like, I think more superhero movies need to do that, so we can care more about the supervillains. That's one of my complaints about Marvel, is the villains are kind of weak. I think if you actually give the villain more time for us to actually care and improvise what's going on in their life, we might care more. And I suggest you doing that with Doctor Doom. I love Doctor Doom. If you do it from Doctor Doom's point of view, it might be a good Fantastic Four movie. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah, apparently that sequel you were just talking about is in pre-production already. Like, they just rolled right into it with James McAvoy. So they're already,
cool.
Yeah, they're already getting that together with the same girl from Split that survived, McAvoy and Willis.
They'll probably use her as like I know this guy and how he thinks, so she'll use him. And we're gonna get Sam Jackson. We're gonna get Willis.
Yeah.
It's gonna be called what was Sam Jackson's name in the movie?
Mr. Glass.
It's gonna be called Glass.
Yeah, it is. That's right.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm into that.
I'm into that. Yes. So yeah, kudos to you for redeeming yourself, M. Night.
I forgive you for killing Mel Gibson's wife.
So was that it, or did you have one more? Life. Okay. You ended up seeing Life.
Yes,
yeah.
just recently, the other day.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that. So the previews kind of look similar to Alien, and Alien came out as well this year. And I haven't seen Alien, but we saw Life together.
We kind of settled to see it. Like, we were just like, oh, let's go see something, and like we got there and we
Life?
watched
Mm-hmm.
it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And we it was kind of slow in the beginning. He was like, honestly, I feel like I might get up. I don't think I like this.
Yeah.
And then we waited a little bit, and like as soon as that
Mm-hmm.
first scene, like. Man, we were glued.
Yeah.
Like, we're not going anywhere.
Like you just said, first 20 minutes, I was like, this movie's gonna suck. And then after, when the alien comes on the ship, the movie goes in. It's suspenseful the whole
never
time.
lets up until the very last second of the
And
movie.
it's so like comparted. Of course, it's in space. It's so like claustrophobic in the movie that you're just like, you feel for him. And then all the damage they've been doing the whole time. And then when that thing gets on Earth at the end, spoiler alert. Oh, you just know we're all dead.
Well, as someone who's seen Alien and Life, like, I was going to talk to you about it, like, but without trying to ruin Alien for you. But you're going to appreciate that 20 minutes that you just talked about, because Alien does not have that, and that's what made Alien so great. Alien, like, it sucked. And that's hard for me to say, because I love those movies.
I like the first two.
Prometheus was one of my favorite movies of 2 years ago.
There's our first disagreement.
Well, see, I just love this. Those movies. Like, he's amazing. I love like his Aliens, his style of movies. But dude, Alien Covenant. When me and Michaela actually did a review, and I ended up not posting it because I hammered it into the ground, because it was like this. We started out like, it was cool to see in theaters. It was cool this and that, and then we were like. And then we just started slinging insults at the movie because we realized, we hated it. Like, it was bad. And it just, like, everything that I loved about Life, and it sounds like you guys liked about Life, Alien did not have that. And that's what Alien used to have. So Life was like a 10 to me. It was one of my favorite movies this year. And Alien was
that
down,
sucks, man.
and it was sad.
That's really heartbreaking too, because I like Riley. He's a great director.
But like the trailers had more story than the movie.
Dang.
Like you know how it showed like Franco and it showed them all like eating dinner and all that. Like I don't consider this a spoiler alert, so I'm not trying to.
Go ahead, man.
But like you know, I showed them at dinner and they were doing like the toast and all that. That's not even in the movie.
Really?
Yeah. You don't even. All right, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and ruin this for you because it's not that big of a deal.
I wasn't really hyped to see it until
exactly.
you said this.
Franco doesn't even talk in the movie.
What?
He dies immediately without any lines. He talks in the trailer, does not even talk in the film. That movie was rough. I felt so sad.
That sucks, man. Okay.
Don't go.
I'm not in any hurry to see it right now.
Don't go to theaters.
You know what's great? I think Life is an underrated movie this year. I've not heard anybody else sing it, and it's a very good movie. It's probably the most It's not on my top 5 list, but I actually wrote down an honorable mention, Life, because it is a very suspenseful movie. Jake Gyllenhaal, beautiful work.
It was brave to kill Ryan Reynolds first.
Oh yeah, because you know how everybody loves this dude right now.
No way.
I thought they were gonna be like, Ryan's big. Well, he just got off Deadpool. We're gonna throw him in here and have him coast through the movie to keep the movie.
He was barely a secondary character. He was probably a third character.
When he looked up and saw it, I was like,
yo,
Michaela, he's about to die. I was like, they're gonna
and those deaths were so brutal. Like this thing's like this big, and he's tearing things up, man.
Underrated actor is the Japanese guy. And he's in Last Samurai as well, which I was gonna buy. I was gonna buy that for you too, and I forgot.
Okay.
But you need to watch that.
Okay.
Get your brain together. That guy is a really good actor. He was in the second Wolverine movie, and he's bounced around.
I know what you're talking about.
But, he was awesome. I liked him in that Life movie. Kind of underrated a little bit for me.
Okay, I like your list. I know you had similar stuff to what Tati had.
I think Tati just knocked my list out of the floor. I literally only have 2 she didn't write down.
So what you got?
All right, I put Lego Batman on both sides. I put it on both sides because part of me thought it was really funny in parts, but I also got up and started taking a shower in the middle of it and didn't care that I missed it. So it's just, it was stupid. But it had its moments as a diehard DC fan and just loving like the nerdy stuff of Batman. Like there was little things that they threw in there. Like basically the first 15 minutes, I was dying laughing, and then after that, I was like, "Oh my god, it's a Lego movie."
But there's
nothing left anymore. It's all done. It should have been like a short.
Yeah. There's some things about like I think the Lego franchise, because it seems like they're going to be doing like a universe. It seems like they acknowledge it's stupid, and I like that about that. But I'll say like. Honestly, a lot of people love the Lego Batman movie. I'm going to say I like the first Lego movie better. I like the nostalgic stuff with the Lego Batman movie, how they brought up every last thing through the history of Batman. Then I was like, wow, somebody did their research. They're naming stuff from the Adam West show.
Exactly.
But I'll say this, I fell asleep 3 times watching it. It literally...
I went to the theaters and fell asleep watching it.
Right. Yeah. It drug a little bit. And I thought, what's his name was a good Joker, though. Galifianakis, I thought he was okay. He had a good animated voice.
As long as it's a voice.
Of course, not in real life. If he was Joker, I'd be like, y'all kidding right now. But no, I wouldn't be. But teach his own. There's people that love that movie, and I don't disagree. It's not a bad movie. It's just
it is what it is. It's like if you went to the Minion movie and thought that you were going to somehow be entertained for the entire stretch of time. Like you're kind of kidding yourself, especially if you like movies like you guys talk about Baby Driver, which from what I hear is like a well done movie, and then you go to a movie like Lego Batman, and you're gonna be like, like I'm only here because of Isaiah.
Yeah, that's really what I was. So what else you got?
Well, I had Split and Logan, but I feel like we covered that one. So my other one though is Wonder Woman. I thought
you finally saw it.
Yeah, I did.
Okay,
I thought it was amazing, and like I thought Gal knocked it out of the park. It looked good. The story was awesome. Ares is one of my favorite villains, and he's a Greek god too, so that kind of all ties in. But my absolute favorite part of it was that Ian Elliott-Carter liked it. That was crazy.
I did like that. I did.
And that Zack Snyder did the story, so that made me feel really good.
You know,
but no, it was a
very good movie. First off, Mike, everything we talk about with DC that I complain with. Didn't have that complaint with this movie. It had a straight story going forward. It had a good balance of comedy, but drama, and that's what I like. I don't like too much comedy, and I don't like too much drama. So I think that the balance was great in that movie. For a second watching this movie, I literally was like, I kind of want to be Wonder Woman. And you gotta be really, really good for making you want to change my sex in the middle of the movie. She's kind of I like her. She's real badass right now. There's that one scene with the tower. Oh,
yeah, the tower in the no man's land where she just climbs up the ladder.
Yes.
She's like I'm gonna go that way. You guys coming? Like I'll see you over there. And she just starts walking and they're shooting out.
And there wasn't any corniness too. Like there was this one part I thought they were gonna do it. They were like, "This is no man's land." I thought they were like they're gonna say, "Oh, well, technically I'm not a man." She didn't go there.
I know, right?
I was like, "Yes."
And we don't need you to tell me that.
Yes.
The name of the movie is Wonder Woman. I get it. You don't have to do it.
And it was shot beautifully.
Do you want to say anything about Wonder Woman? Because we saw that together.
I liked it. I
it?
genuinely enjoyed it. Yeah.
Yo, she's holding up that universe, man. Like y'all needed it from me. I know you like the other ones.
It made me happy to see like female
Yes.
lead. Like it was strong and it was a really good movie and it was decent.
And it wasn't like in your face. This is a female lover.
Yeah, no.
She was legitimately good. She did,
was like very graceful,
Yeah.
like very.
And she's the perfect one to pick for the first like big female lead superhero because she's not gonna be like there's no daintiness to Wonder Woman. She enjoys being in the trenches, in the fight, getting beat up, and going through all that. She genuinely enjoys it.
Absolutely. And I'm glad we agree with that one. I gave that one an A. I love that movie.
It gives me that huge shine of hope, and that it's gonna like DC will actually not just appeal to like the diehards, that it will appeal to the ones who didn't like the first few movies.
Absolutely.
That they've kind of found like got the traction. Just run with it now. We have our formula kind of thing. Is what I'm hoping. So.
Yeah, shout out to DC, man. You know, like I said, I don't hate DC because that movie
I don't
right
hate
there
Marvel,
proved it.
no matter what he
He's
says.
a liar. He hates Marvel. But go ahead.
I get in trouble every time I buy a Marvel product for you.
Look at you funny. What are you doing with this? Spider-Man? Get out.
I make sure to wear like a Flash shirt while I buy it. Oh, that was actually it, man.
That was it?
Yeah, the rest of I hate to say it, but I have more on my bad side for 2017.
Okay.
So yeah.
We'll get into that in a little bit.
No, of course.
Let's see if we mentioned a lot of ours are the same actually. The first one Split, all of us agree with that. Second one Logan. This isn't in any order, by the way.
Yeah.
Logan, Split, Get Out. I agree with you. This is a good suspenseful one. Baby Driver might be my favorite one. Just want to throw it's of the year. It might be my favorite one. It's between Get Out. Actually, it's a three-way tie between Logan, Get Out, and Baby Driver. And I think Baby Driver might cap it a little bit. And Split might be the second. And I had trouble with number 5. I put John Wick 2. John Wick 2 is a fun movie. I love John Wick 2. I liked it better than the first one. But I almost put Wonder Woman. I almost put Life. So it was like my mood right now is John Wick 2. Right. It might be Wonder Woman tomorrow, and it might be Life tomorrow. It's like literally these three. I know it's actually next week. We're gonna talk about our most anticipated movies later, but I know it's gonna change. I'm gonna knock John Wick off, and I'm definitely going to be putting War of the Planet of the Apes. I know that's gonna make it, but we'll get into that later.
We'll get into anticipated ones.
So let's talk.
I have a feeling our list is going to be pretty similar on anticipated ones too.
Oh yeah, no doubt. So let's talk about our worst movies of the year. I'll start with you again.
Worst, Kong.
Hallelujah. I put that one too first, top of the list.
I did too.
I mean, I was kind of hopeful that like it would be at least somewhat good, and I really loved the one that came out like before that, the one with Jack Black.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
I will watch it over.
It's an underrated movie. Yeah.
This one was not.
It was not. And it's crazy. The trailers made it look.
The visuals were.
The visual.
Great.
Oh yeah,
it looked cool.
It looked cool. What's crazy? When we first got that trailer, and I was so wrong, and I apologize, I was wrong. I texted you and I said, "Mark my words, the best movie of the year is going to be Kong."
Oh, you did. I wish
I texted you that, and I was wrong. That was my bad on that. I'll admit I was wrong.
There was a lot of in that movie. There was literally 10 times where I was watching, and they were just it was somebody like this, and they just panned around them. I'm like, you're there's nothing there. And they're like, oh, this is a really dangerous thing. Well, we should bring the photographer. Like, oh, why? What's she gonna do?
Another thing too about Kong is I think the directors listened to all the wrong that they did with Godzilla, but they never listened to the right they did about Godzilla. And I think that's why Kong failed, because they did the wrong. They made, because I'd say they did right was, I guess the balance kind of the humor was a little bit too much humor sometimes. But I think they showed a lot of Kong. I didn't complain about the amount of Kong on the screen, because that was another complaint I had about Godzilla. There wasn't enough Godzilla on the screen. But when he was there, he was there. But the good stuff about Godzilla, I don't think was in Kong.
Right.
What would you say about that?
I didn't watch Godzilla.
Okay.
My brother went and saw it. He loved it. His
Mhm.
girlfriend hated it, and I was like, I'm probably gonna go with that. So I didn't watch it.
See, I love Godzilla. Like
Godzilla's not bad.
I really enjoyed it because I love Godzilla from the old days, but two, it was when he did show up, he was dope.
He was on the screen, yeah.
He looked.
But that was my complaint. I wish there was more Godzilla.
See, it was borderline for me. I could have used more, but at
Mhm.
the same time, I like the Jaws effect. Like
Okay, yeah.
he's like they showed him for like a split second as the doors closed, and they like showed him on the camera.
He's
and
swimming
then-
for the longest.
But then like the last 10 minutes, they're like, "Here's your stage, just
Yeah.
kill." Exactly. Exactly.
That's my Godzilla impression.
Yeah, that's nice.
So what else you got?
Fate of the Furious.
Ooh.
It was fun. I enjoyed
It was fun.
it for the most part. It was really long. It was probably like an hour longer than it needed to be. Maybe
That
not
was-
an hour. That was okay, like 40 minutes maybe.
40 minutes,
I feel like you could have cut off all of that.
I'll
You
say a
would've been
positive
okay.
because that's on my list. I'll say something positive about Fate of the Furious because I'm gonna say a lot of negative. It was better than the last one. That's all I gotta say positive. I went in the movie thinking, knowing it was gonna be terrible. The whole franchise
I
is
didn't think it was
ridiculous.
going to be good.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
kind of was hesitant to even go.
Yeah, we both were out because we had we were debating off of another movie that wasn't there, and we're like, oh, the movie that we wanted to see wasn't there. I was like, I guess we could see Fate of the Furious. Let's
We
do it.
honestly went to the other theater first.
Yeah,
and
we were
came
really
back
debating.
and we were like, we guess we'll
It was
see
a good like
this.
30-minute debate of wanting to see it and not wanting to see it, but we ended up seeing it. It was fun.
Yeah.
Story was ridiculous as usual, but it's not the worst in the franchise. I'll say that. But as worst movie, one of the worst movies this year, I will agree with you on that.
Never even tried.
Yeah, I never
I
even
just
was like,
I did a hard pass. I was like, no.
yeah.
Good.
What you just said too. That's me right now with the Transformers franchise.
Yep.
Like I'm just not even gonna give that
Don't
my
even
money or
care.
time.
Nope.
Mm. And I saw the reviews, ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's not even worth it.
No.
So what's up? What else you got?
This is one that I know neither one of you guys watched. I don't even know why I watched
I bet
it.
you I did, because I think I know what you're gonna say.
It's 50 Shades Dark.
Oh no, I didn't. Just kidding.
I would have laughed if you
Yeah,
said,
no,
yeah, I saw that. The day it came out. Me and my wife. I seen that.
I
It's like a good movie. No,
I went by myself.
Yeah,
No, I
yeah.
did not go see that.
You're
movie.
absolutely right. I did not see. I've not even seen the first one. Not gonna see that one or the sequel.
Actors were terrible. Like it was just all bad. I didn't even watch all of it.
Yeah.
I just kind of skipped around and I was like, this sucks.
See,
Cut it off.
I've been with my wife for almost 10 years, and we tried to watch the first one.
Yeah.
And we felt awkward sitting next to each
Yeah.
other. Like,
Yeah.
that's how bad their chemistry is.
It's
just,
very
it does not
awkward.
work.
It's not. I don't think it's not a good storyline.
No.
It's like overly romantic-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing about that made me want to see it. Not even the parody that Marlon Wayans did last year. There's nothing about
I
it.
think I might have liked that even less than the original.
Wow. So yeah, there's nothing about that series that got me like I have to see this.
Yeah.
That's fine. I didn't even know you saw that. So what else you got?
She didn't want to talk about it. It was bad.
It was really bad. It was really bad. Yeah, that's all I have written.
That's all you have.
Yeah.
Right?
All right, Brandon. What about you, man?
These are bad. I had King Kong.
Okay.
Beauty and the Beast, actually. Michaela and me went and saw that, and I actually enjoyed the cartoon movie. I just love Disney cartoon movies, and that's one of her favorite movies.
Mhm.
But it just, the live action one, it just felt like there was, like I walked out and we just didn't feel like there was anything to it. It was just really like they did a good job at staying to the
story?
yeah, like the original story. Like it was
Yeah.
all basically the same setup,
Mhm.
but it just didn't feel like anything. They were just like, here's the live action version, but there was
You know
nothing
what's
to
crazy?
it.
I had high hopes for that because I never liked Beauty and the Beast, but I never liked Jungle Book either. But the live action one was one of my favorite movies
Yeah.
last year. I was all like, these live action ones, they might have something. But Jon Favreau had nothing to do with it, so maybe that.
Yeah.
But I thought you said you liked that one.
Okay, so Beauty and the Beast is like my favorite Disney movie ever. Like, I love Beauty and the Beast so
Right.
much.
Yeah.
And so like I was so excited. Like I was literally like sitting on the seat, like waiting for like 2 years as soon as I heard they were gonna make it
Right.
because I was so excited. I was like, you're taking me, we're going to see this, even though you don't like it, I don't care.
Right.
Then I went and saw it with all my friends and stuff, and I liked it, but it wasn't like I didn't fall in love with it,
Right.
which is what I had hopes for. But one thing that I loved about it was the set. the set was amazing.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
The set and the costumes,
Right.
like all of like the visuals were phenomenal.
Oh, okay.
I agree with that.
But I can definitely understand what he's saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so you see his point of view. I got
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, Michaela would like watch the trailers like the last month before it came out. Like I would hear her in the other room like watching the trailer again and again and again.
I'm ready, I'm ready.
I think that might have been why she liked it even less than I did. Is because I think it was
Yeah.
like built up
It's
so
kind
much
of
to her
let down.
because she likes it so much,
Yeah.
and then we see it and it just doesn't live up. It's even more kind of a letdown.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
So what else you got?
Alien, but I kind of already touched on
Yeah,
that
we
one.
touched
That
on
just
that.
didn't really work.
Yeah,
for
you
me.
made me put a bad taste. I don't even want to say it though.
And I put this one on here because it was at the end of 2016, and because I literally got like yelled at by my friends yesterday for saying how bad it was. It's Rogue One, the Star Wars movie.
Okay.
They saw it and they were like, "Look, it's for sale," and I was like, "That's garbage." I was like, "You don't want that." They go, "Are you crazy?" I was like, "Dude, it was bad." They're like, "Better." It was better than all the other ones. I was like, "You're out of your mind." I was like, it really was like.
Let's touch on that for a little bit.
I did not like that movie.
Is that the last one on your list?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll touch on that for a little bit because I wanted to because you wanted to talk about that. We'll talk about it a little. I'll go over mine real quick.
Yeah,
real quick. Pirates of the Caribbean. I just wish that would just stop.
Oh, you saw the new one?
I saw the new one. I bootlegged that. And yeah, it's just I like the character. I keep watching the movies because I'm cheering for it because I love the first two and I was like, it has so much potential. I keep rooting for it, and now I know I need to stop. Like, okay, it's done. Just kill it. Kong, All Eyes on Me. I was very upset with that because I'm a huge Tupac fan and I like hip hop, and I was like, I love Straight Outta Compton. I love Notorious. I was so disappointed with this one. Fast and Furious 8 timeline as well, and I think that's it. So let's talk about real quick about Rogue One. I'll say this about Rogue One. I thought it was I did not like it as much either. I don't hate it, but it's one of my least favorites on the franchise. And I'll say this: it has some of the best parts ever in a Star Wars movie. Other than that, the storyline weird. I like how it tied in at the end. I'll say that. There's some positive stuff about that.
No, it's a moment movie.
It's a moment movie, and I do like the Darth Vader scene. I think everybody agrees with that. But my main concern about this movie, when people want to say it's like the best one of all time, I'm like, really? Let's talk about Rogue One versus Episode 7. In minutes, you know every character in Episode 7. Rey, Finn, Poe, all of them, BB-8, you know them all. The character development was amazing. I cannot tell you one character in Rogue One.
I can't tell you anyone's name except for Jen. Is that her name?
You just reminded me, it was Jen, yeah.
Like, that's what I
don't
saw
know
the
who
action
else.
figure at Target yesterday.
Yeah.
No lie.
And I know Darth Vader, of course.
There's always going to be a problem if the best scene in the movie was Darth Vader cutting through a bunch of people
Absolutely.
at the very end. That was the only good thing, or I don't want to say the only good thing, but that was my favorite moment by like a mile.
The best parts were the nostalgic parts where,
Yeah.
if you love the other original movies, you're going to love that part,
Right.
those parts. But when it comes to, like, telling a new story and introducing new characters, didn't do nothing for me. That's why I did like Episode 7, because I would even argue some of the best parts came from the new cast as opposed to the old cast.
Yeah.
What did you have any thoughts about Rogue One? No?
I agree with, we had that conversation earlier.
Yeah.
I feel
So-
pretty much the same.
I think some people, as in movie critics, need to recognize there's a difference between a bad movie with good parts and a good movie with bad parts.
Right.
And I'd say that those two movies are good examples of that. I think Rogue One was a bad movie with good parts, and I think Episode 7 was a good movie with a little bit of, a lot of people complain about how it was a rehash of the Episode 4.
New Hope.
Yeah, I could see that, but it's a safe move.
Yeah, it's like a launch movie. Like it gives you these new characters. It's like a launching pad, and then the next episode, you really are kind of free to do whatever you want.
Absolutely.
It's just an easy. Like you said, it's a smart move because it's an easy arc of a movie. Like start here, she's captured, get here, climax. Like okay,
Absolutely.
but they did a good job of introducing new characters while sticking to an old model.
Oh, of course.
Because
That's
if
the
they did,
difference.
then you would have all these people complaining that they didn't do that.
Yeah.
so.
Right.
And when I say it's also a safe move, because you're also not only you're pleasing the fans that's been fans for years, but you're also trying to reach out to new fans, and that's a good balance.
It is.
And I don't hate JJ for that. I think
No.
he did a good job with that.
No, it was smart.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. let's talk about our most anticipated movies of 2017. And I'll start with you this time, Brandon.
Oh. Well, for me, it's Justice League.
Justice
For
League.
sure. The way DC's arcing, I think that's going to end up being really good with the success of Wonder Woman. I think that's only going to catapult it more. Sucks that Zack Snyder's not allowed to finish his movie. He had the tragedy with his daughter and all that. That does suck. But,
It does suck.
But I mean,
But you guys now have.
yeah, I like to find a bright side and everything. And,
Yeah.
you know, Joss Whedon to finish up producing and doing a couple reshoots and stuff of some, I think it was a scene in, like, I think Atlantis or something like that. Like, he's a great director. Like, he really is. And I think he'll have a little bit more freedom than he had with, like, Avengers 2. I think that kind of pushed, he was like, wow.
Yeah.
Like, leave me alone.
Yeah, that was one of the weaker ones in the Marvel movie. We both agree with Avengers 2. Like, and I think it wasn't even his fault. I think that was the studio's problem.
They just cut his legs off, man.
Yeah.
The It remake, I am over the hills excited for. Just love the original.
Yeah.
The Valerian movie, in the City of a Thousand Planets, I think is what it's called.
that's what it's called.
It's based on like a graphic novel. Like sci-fi for me this has been a great year, I think, and it's just going back up. And we need more sci-fi movies.
We do.
I'm with you on War of the Planet of the Apes. I've got that on my anticipated ones.
Yo, if War of the Planet of the Apes is good, which it seems like it is, that will be a rare perfect trilogy.
It really will.
Not many perfect trilogies out there.
Yeah.
I'd say a lot of people don't like the third Back to the Future movie. I do. So that's
The
one of
Western
them.
one?
Yeah, a lot of people don't. I read that. A lot of people don't. I love it. You don't like the third one?
okay.
I think Back to the Future is a perfect trilogy, and that's one of my few ones. That one, this one is my favorite out of this trilogy.
Two?
And I think, but this is my favorite, but I acknowledge it has problems. I think the first one, it has the perfect story.
Two's the one with the sports almanac?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bit.
That one, it has problems. It's my favorite, but I think as a perfect story, the first one is probably the best. But that's a perfect trilogy, and like I said, if it is like I think it's going to be, that's going to be in the rare conversation of perfect trilogies.
I would agree with that. I mean, you got throwing Woody Harrelson in is always going to help. I mean, you had
Underrated actor right
Gary
there.
Oldman in the last one.
Yeah,
Now,
he
Woody
was good
Harrelson,
too. I think I actually like Woody Harrelson a little bit more than Gary, but I think that was a little bit of a complaint of the last movie. I think Gary was kind of wasted. He looked like he was going to be a villain. He really wasn't even a villain. He was just, I understood where he was coming from. He was trying to save the human race. Can't be mad at that.
Yeah. If anything, they probably should have used him more. Like, with maybe a little bit deeper character, but it is what it is. It was still a good movie.
Yeah,
Still
definitely.
really good.
No complaints. Anything else?
The Stephen King's Dark Tower movie.
Yes.
And the fact that and It are coming out in the same time, because all of his like Dark Tower series and like most of his books are actually connected in a big universe. So the fact that those are both coming out in 1 year kind of gives me hope that they're starting like a Stephen King connected universe.
Oh.
So that
would be cool.
That would be really cool. Bringing Blade Runner back. Blade Runner 2049. Super excited.
Okay, this is a confession. You're going to be mad, and she already knows this about me. I've not seen Blade Runner. This is I know. And I love Harrison Ford. I don't know why I've not seen it. I love Riley. So,
you gotta get on that.
I need to get on that. I apologize if I've offended anybody, and I understand if I have. I need to get on that.
Alright, I wrote this one. I put not in front of this one because it's just how not looking forward to it I am. Is the Geostorm movie. It's like,
what is that?
Dude, I've seen it in the last 3 movies I went to the theaters for.
Geostorm.
It's literally, remember The Perfect Storm?
Okay.
Or not, no, what was the one with Gyllenhaal? Sorry, Day After Tomorrow. It's literally just another one of those disaster movies.
Okay.
And it's called Geostorm.
Guilty pleasure. I like the.
No, I do too, but then I didn't like the 17 movies that followed it.
Oh,
The
yeah,
same exact storyline. So,
Okay. I don't know. I've never seen that preview.
Don't worry about it. Murder on the Orient Express looks really good.
I've not seen that preview. Have you seen that preview?
No.
Oh my goodness!
Dang, I need it.
Johnny Depp.
Oh man! Well, you got me there.
Yeah, it's Johnny Depp, Kenneth Branagh. It's like a really good cast, and it's there's all on a train. A murder happens, and then like everyone's a suspect kind of thing.
Oh, it's Clue.
Clue.
Yeah, exactly.
That is awesome.
Clue on a train.
Oh,
Dude,
I love movies like
Yeah,
that.
you really gotta check that trailer out. And it's the perfect. Like, I don't like to brag about trailers because that seems cheesy to me, but this trailer is like the perfect. It pans down and like will show you all the characters, and then shows you the inspector, and then that's it. Like with a little bit of story, but then it's not hammered. It's not giving anything away.
What's that called?
Murder on the Orient Express.
Okay. What else you got?
Star Wars: The Last Jedi, obviously, to finish off the year. I'm really excited for that. And I think I'm gonna not watch any more trailers.
Yeah.
I really don't want to.
I'm on that train too. I think so.
Yeah.
Spider-Man trailer actually did that for me. I was like, I know the whole movie.
Yeah.
Kind of did,
Yeah.
but you know.
Yeah, there'd be like one thing you won't guess, and then the rest of the movie was like solid.
I'll say this though. I thought I knew the whole movie of Spider-Man, which I 90% did, but there was a twist that got me. There was a and I'm not gonna spoil it, but there was like, oh, I did not see that coming.
That's a good thing.
What you got, Toddy?
I had War for the Planet of the Apes.
Okay.
That is definitely like the one I'm most excited for. Star Wars, Dark Tower. I had It.
Yeah.
So you had like pretty much all of mine. I put Kingsman: The Golden Circle. I
totally forgot.
loved it.
We saw the first preview actually.
Yeah,
That's on the picture that she sent me. I forgot to write it down.
Dang.
Yeah, as
Okay.
soon as like we saw the trailer for that, I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, this is awesome!" I didn't know they were making a second one.
Yeah, I
I
didn't
can't
either.
wait for that one to come out.
That's
So that's definitely on my top.
Good call right there.
And then Atomic Blonde, I'm kind of excited for.
Okay.
Like a
I like
female
her.
John Wick.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah.
And I mean, like
I'm
we
away
know
on
that
that
like she can play like a really good.
She's a good actress.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, badass. So.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I'm kind of excited for that, and it's also the same guy from Split. He's in it.
Oh yeah.
So
That
that,
can work.
also made me like, oh okay, maybe this could be really good
Right.
because I really liked him. So
We'll see. We'll see.
maybe.
You know, I'm on the fence with that one. It doesn't look bad, but nothing dragged me into that
Yeah.
trailer. So, but I'm interested. You know, like you are. So we'll see. We'll see it. What else is it? What else you got?
Yeah, that was me. He
That was you?
knocked
You
out
got-
pretty much all mine.
I
Like
took
I
the whole
did
list
earlier.
out, sorry.
Yeah, you both
Yeah,
kind of got
no.
mine too. I got War of the Planet of the Apes, Star Wars, The Dark Tower, Valerian City of a Thousand Planets. I have Thor. I know you're not looking forward to it, you know, but I don't think you can go wrong with this Hulk. I think because the Thor trilogy is not that good, and you know it's
Pretty
like
shaky.
it's kind of shaky. I like the first one. I like parts of the second one, but I think one of my favorite comic book storylines is Planet Hulk, and they're going to base some of that off of Planet Hulk. So that's what's got me excited. I think it's going to look good. I like the trailer. I thought it was, you know, it's a fair balance. I didn't like a lot of the CGI. That's my complaint.
I hate.
He hates the trailer.
No, I wasn't gonna say that. I do, but I wasn't gonna say that. I hate Kate Blanchett, man. She's just not good for me. Like,
Do you like Goldblum though?
who?
Jeff Goldblum.
Oh yeah, I do like him.
He's in it.
I forgot he was in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like the little guy on the couch kind of thing.
He's actually playing the Collector's brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
You know that, huh?
But they need to use Benicio more too.
Right. Okay,
Del Toro.
I agree.
He's awesome.
Yeah. Well, if they're brother, they might.
They
Maybe.
might.
Yeah.
I could see that becoming something. They fit as brothers. They're both weird.
Yeah, exactly. And I didn't write this down, but actually after hearing talk about trailers, you sent me 2 trailers the other day, and I liked them both, but one of them really had my attention. It was that one about the guy going to prison.
Oh yeah, Nikolai from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Wald. He's got a weird name. I can't say it.
What is that? Do you remember the name of that movie?
Oh.
God, what it's called?
It's something like.
Did I ever send you that trailer?
Like the head.
I'll have to send that
I
to you.
feel like it's like whoever's at the top of like a gang. What is that called? It's like I know that's a super weird
That's
question.
Superior?
But no, it's something like that though. It's
OG?
no. I don't know, man.
You need to get your gang knowledge
Yeah,
up.
I don't know, man. My gang terminology is not on point today.
Well, that movie,
Yeah.
actually, I liked it a lot because it seemed like it called out a lot of the justice system.
Yeah.
Like it seemed like he got in there on an accident and didn't seem like he deserved that
He
good.
gets in I think he gets in a car accident and
Car
like the
accident
person
and
they collide
manslaughter.
with
Mhm.
dies and then he goes to jail for manslaughter.
Yeah.
Then like he slowly turns into like a hardened
Yes.
gangster. And
He seems like a soft guy that's, you know, a loving person, and he slowly turns. It shows the evolved person. It shows how you're a product of your environment. That was my cat. It shows.
We're talking about scary movies.
It shows how the negativity about being a product of your own environment. It
Yeah.
shows like the horror of being in the prison system
Yeah.
as well. So when you show me that trailer, and I'll probably have to write in the link
Yeah.
the name of that movie. I apologize, I forgot it, but it looked really really good.
Yeah.
It's suspenseful and great.
And he's a really good actor. Like on Game of Thrones, he's a very deep character actually. And he's got range, so I think that would be a really good movie.
All right, cool. All right, let's go on to the subject of biopics.
Let her go first this time.
I got you.
Because I'm gonna figure out this movie. I know I'm gonna break your rule, but I'm gonna do it for 5 seconds.
You good, man? You good? So biopics, they've been a hit and miss for years. I'll say some of my favorite ones. I like Straight Outta Compton. I mentioned that one earlier. And I did like Notorious. I can't think of much more. I know there's a lot more out there that are good, but there's a lot of bad ones too. And we've had a conversation actually about our theory of why some of them are bad. Is when you wrote it down. So a lot of the times when they're bad, it's like when the character that they're portraying is dead, and they're not there to kind of defend themselves.
Yep.
And I've noticed, and you had a good point, because a lot of the ones that are good, the person that they're portraying is actually alive. One example would be Ray. When Ray came out with Jamie Foxx, Ray Charles had a lot to do with that movie. He ended up dying during the production, but he had a lot to do with that. Straight Outta Compton, Dr. Dre and Ice Cube had a lot to do with that movie, and it ended up being great. What are your thoughts about biopics, and which ones would you want to see, and which ones do you think might have been a bad one that you weren't impressed with?
I watched Foxcatcher, a
Okay.
movie about one of the most famous wrestlers in American history. But then I was actually listening to a breakdown of it on Joe Rogan's podcast, and he's obviously embedded in the sport of MMA, wrestling, and all that.
Right.
Well, comes to find out, the guy the story's about, he's actually alive, and they changed all these things about his life that they didn't need to, simply for entertainment value. So I think that's becoming one of my biggest problems with movies that are based on someone. Is yeah, but I know that might not have happened. That might have happened. It's just, we know you're only there to sell movie tickets.
Right.
You're there to make entertainment. You're not there to necessarily tell the truth. And
Okay.
that sucks.
And what you're saying is kind of like my gripe about All Eyes on Me, which I said was one of my worst ones. All Eyes on Me, the positive about it was the performances were great. The guy that looks like Pac, he looks exactly like Pac.
Look just like him.
But here's the thing, comparing that to maybe Straight Outta Compton. A lot of those people didn't look, besides of course Ice Cube's son, a lot of those people didn't look like their characters, but it was forgivable because of how good the acting was and how good the storyline was. Straight Outta, All Eyes on Me, it was just pretty much acted out scenes of this man's life, and there was a lot of negative stuff about his life, about the gang stuff and the jail stuff, stuff he got arrested for. But if you know Tupac, I know, there's so much about him. He's a poet. He was an activist. He was all about rights for equality and stuff like that. It just seems like they narrowed just one part of Pac, and that's what I didn't like about it. It just seems like just random scenes. It didn't really have a storyline. And I like biopics that do have storylines. Another one of my favorite ones, actually, that made me think when you were talking was Catch Me If You Can, starring Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Hanks. That's another guy. He's still alive.
Right.
He had a part in this movie, and that movie's about a con man that pretty much throughout the years he runs away as a kid and writes fake checks throughout his life, and he does pretty good running away from the cops. That's another one. So, you have any thoughts about biopics or anything you want to say about them?
My favorite biopic is probably Chaplin.
Okay.
Which is about
Robert Downey
Chaplin.
Jr.?
Yes, Robert Downey Jr. He was phenomenal in that movie.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that movie.
That's a rare occasion where Charlie he's been dead for years,
Yeah.
right? So.
And a lot of what was in that was legit too. So they definitely focused on not only okay, cool, he was an actor, but they also focused on some of his personal life too.
Right.
So that was cool.
And they kept a good story going with that one.
Yeah.
It wasn't just scenes from his life.
And it was times where you would look at Robert Downey Jr. and be like, is that Chaplin? He did such a good job pulling him off. He was phenomenal playing that
That's
role.
one of the most important parts. Is if you're gonna portray a real person that's in history,
Right.
Looking like him, it's important, but not as important
It's
as
not.
becoming them a little bit. You know.
Yeah.
And that's where the respect for Daniel Day-Lewis, I think, has to come in. Someone who's that dedicated.
Yeah. Oh, with Lincoln?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought, honestly, seeing because I've seen half of Lincoln, I fell asleep. Not that it was a bad movie. It was just one of those times. It was my night like that.
Yeah. It's not a movie that's gonna always have explosions and keep you awake.
Of course.
It's a story.
Yeah, definitely, and there's nothing wrong with that. But another example too would be, I'll go back to Straight Outta Compton. Ice Cube's son that played Ice Cube. Of course, he looks exactly like him, but his mannerisms the things he said, I honestly forgot I was watching Ice Cube's son. I honestly thought that was Ice Cube a couple times. I was like, holy crap. Like,
I remember when that movie was like being made, somebody was talking about it on a different podcast. They were talking about like they're making a Straight Outta Compton movie, and they like got people who look like Eazy-E, and they got some guy that looks just like Ice Cube. And I was like, oh, that's cool. At least they got somebody. And then come to find out it's his son. Like they just didn't know it was his son. They're just like, he looks just like him.
He's got primary source his whole life. He knows what his dad's gonna say. He knows those eyebrows, those iconic eyebrows that Ice Cube's bringing when he's pissed off.
The Detroit hat,
yeah.
Bill on. He looks just like him. It was crazy.
So I'll say that again though. I think the best biopics come from people that are actually can say things about their lives, and because other than that, you're actually just doing research and throwing your own opinion about that person.
Right. It's like they made the everyone talked about. Everyone has a problem too where they feel like if someone's dead, it was a good movie.
Yeah,
and that is complete BS.
No,
American Sniper is the greatest example of that. That is a terrible movie.
I've never seen American Sniper. There's that part with the baby scene that just threw me off. Like this, he had a fake baby and he was just nursing. I was like, that's obviously a doll. I was like, that made me not want to see the whole thing at all.
It's not hard to get a baby. You can get a baby and just hold it.
Yeah, I would have gave you Isaiah. I know it's a black baby, but it's a baby.
But that was one of the movies that made me start to like move away from biopics, is because that movie came out, it gets all these praise, it wins Academy Awards somehow, and then come to find out the guy was a constant liar. He lied about so much, like so much, and then you're just like, well, now I don't trust any of that movie. Now I'm going to push that movie away.
You know, I kind of that's why I kind of didn't want to see it either. The baby thing sold it for me to not see it, but a lot of people, it was a controversial subject about his portrayal. But I actually kind of want to see a little bit because I do like Clint Eastwood. I thought Clint Eastwood was a pretty good director. I was interested in, Oh well, who's somebody that you guys would love to see in a biopic? I'll kind of go first on this one because I'll do it real quick because I wanted to see, and I think my opinion still stands about doing them while they're alive so they have a say in their movie.
Here, real quick before we do this, Shot Caller.
Shot Caller.
That's the movie about the guy in prison.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Shot.
Before I forget. Yeah, Shot Caller.
Thank you. So why these people are alive? Let's do Stevie Wonder. Let's do Elton John. Let's do Jay-Z. Let's do Eminem. Let's do Snoop. There's 2 Beatles alive right now. Let's just do the Beatles thing. Like I know they've done TV movies, but let's just do the Beatles one. Let's do. My mom suggested Aretha Franklin and Madonna. Let's do it while they're here. Like while they have a say. Don't wait till somebody's died to do a biopic.
Right. Yeah, that's true because you're gonna get a better story. Like you can't Ali when they did.
Yes, he was still alive. Yeah,
he was there, and there's obviously with that movie you gotta believe there's some stuff that didn't happen and words that were said weren't actually said, but it's a Will Smith movie. They're gonna make a Will Smith movie with a lot of facts, but not all. But he was there. He hung out with Will Smith, and like that's super important. It's more important than that's still Will Smith. Yeah, we get that, but at least he's doing the right thing. Yeah.
What you think? Who would be a good one for you?
I don't know. Who I would want to see. I don't know. I think like what you were saying, just in general, just any really important or integral person that has had anything to do with music or I don't know, just the people that are really really stand out.
Right.
So
don't wait till they die. Celebrate them while they're alive, man.
Yeah.
When you do that in life period, take away the movie thing. Celebrate someone while they're alive. Don't wait till they're dead to celebrate.
Yeah, like the Tina Turner movie. That's one of my. I love that movie. That biopic.
I liked what's his name in it. I'm sorry, I didn't mean Lawrence Fishburne in that movie was pretty good. And
Angela Bassett, she did a really good job. I thought at portraying her. I mean, I obviously wasn't alive when Tina Turner was popular, but so I can't say oh, these are her mannerisms, and Angela Bassett had it down. I don't really know that, but I felt it was a good movie, and I felt it touched on her personal life at least somewhat, and focused on the domestic abuse and all the stuff that she went through just as a woman.
Right.
So I really enjoyed that movie.
Okay.
I think an Arnold one would be pretty cool.
Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah.
It's crazy. I can see that one
from Austria to here.
I can see that one being a comedy.
like kind of
Yeah,
like
no, yeah, it would definitely be funny.
Yeah.
Like him trying to learn English. And
Oh,
just
yeah.
the way he talks. Like
that. I think that would be a good one.
I think so.
There's plenty
What's
of people.
funny
like
is when they
that.
try to portray him as like a redneck guy with his daughter in the woods, but he talks like I'm like he still sounds like he's from Austria. I don't believe
Yeah.
he's from Virginia. Like this doesn't make any sense, but it's still Arnold, man.
Yeah,
But
go
yeah.
the comedy route on that one. I think you would enjoy that one.
But I mean, he was the best in the world at one time.
Dude, he was he was the man.
I mean, he was.
That's how he got his acting job.
Exactly. He was
Yeah.
on top of the world for a little while.
True that. All right, cool. Let's move on. I think we're almost wrapped up a little bit. We are at. Let's ask this question of, what's the best movie based off of a book? Whoever wants to go first, I'll throw that title in there. Best movie based off of a book. This is the reader right here.
I wish that I read a lot more. I want to get back into it.
I like getting books read to me.
We were talking earlier, and you said like Harry Potter, even though you haven't actually seen all of the Harry Potter.
Nah, I need to finish.
But I think that those genuinely are. It's a good series of movies, and I mean, based off of books. So, The Lord of the Rings.
Oh.
Those are, of course, really good books and good movies. My personal favorite movie based off of a book is a book that I read called Water for Elephants by Susan Gruen, I think is her name. And they made a movie in 2011, and it had Robert Pattinson and Reese Witherspoon in it. It was one of the best books I've ever read. The way that it was written, it was just amazing. Absolutely loved it, and they did a wonderful job of like sticking to the book. And that's something that I think like a lot of book readers really hate, is when they read a book and they fall in love with the book, they fall in love with the characters and everything that happens, and then they make a movie and then they screw it all up, and they change the story. But that there was like one itty bitty part that didn't match up, and I was really impressed with the fact that they stuck to the original story. So,
Okay.
Right, small changes.
Yeah.
I understand that, but you don't have to go crazy.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with the Harry Potter one. And I actually, I'm just now, like I know it sounds terrible. I read the last three like a long time ago, but I've just now read the first three, like literally in the last month. And I love the movies, I always did, but it's like you realize they changed quite a bit for the movies. And I get you got to condense it, but you really need 2 or to maybe 3 movies to do one book if you really want to get everything. And the books are amazing. But like they changed some stuff you didn't even have to change, which I get it. It's called Harry Potter, so you want him to be the star. But there's like ideas that he comes up with in the movies that like he didn't even come up with in the books. Like the books are more about the trilogy, like about him and his 2 friends who are only 13 figuring things out.
Yeah.
Where the movies are a lot more him oriented, kind of figuring things out with some help from them. But other than that, but I don't want to sound like I don't like the movies. I do love the movies.
No, yeah, you're a critic. It's all good. I'll say this. I was gonna say Harry Potter, even though I do need to finish the rest because I've only seen the first 2. But I was impressed. Like he became Harry Potter. I thought it was really good, his acting. I'm gonna say something that maybe y'all forgot about. Holes, I thought was okay.
Oh yeah.
And that's when Shia LaBeouf was a normal human being.
Person.
I'll say that the thing, because that's actually one of the few books I've actually read. One thing that I remember watching the movie, and I was like, this isn't compared to the book. In the book, he was fat. He was an overweight. He was an overweight kid, Stanley Onez. But I thought it was actually, it's a child's movie and it's a child's book, and I was like, it's actually a pretty good book based off a movie.
Yeah, it it was funny.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
He definitely wasn't a fat kid. He
was fit.
He had like a dad bod kind of thing going on. But that was actually a really good movie.
And like I said, I need to read more books. I know there's plenty of them out there that and this new movie coming out about the Dark Tower is based off a Stephen King novel, and I think it looks like it's going to be great. So
can't go wrong with Idris Elba.
Oh, definitely. And even I like Matthew McConaughey's usually a hit or miss, but when he's good, he is good. I like the switch they're doing. He's a bad guy, and Elba's actually the good guy. It's usually the opposite.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he'll be all right as a villain.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The girl with the dragon tattoo. It was an amazing.
Yes.
That was to me one of the few movies that's a complete movie without having more than one movie. Like sometimes it feels like you need 2 movies to get into the characters. Like Girl with the Dragon Tattoo is like, I think it's like 2 hours and 45, something like that. But that whole movie is filled with good stuff. Like, it really didn't feel like there was any fat to that movie that needed to be like cut off. It was really good.
True.
And Michaela's read all 3 books. I have. I've tried to read the second one, and there's just so much detail in those books. You really have to commit some time to those books. So, but the movies are good.
Cool.
Hunger Games. I just now thought of that.
That's a good one. You know, it's crazy. Like we've had this discussion about all of us. We were talking about overpaid actors and overrated actors. We both agree about Jennifer Lawrence. I'll say Jennifer Lawrence. Yeah, we agree with this. I'll say this though. I did like the first 2, especially the first one. I was very impressed. She'd read them. She told me about it. I didn't even hear about it. I saw the movie. I was like, wow, this is actually dope. I liked it. And a lot of it didn't even come from her. She was a great actress, but I even liked Woody Harrelson in the movie. I thought he was great.
Yeah.
He was like the wild card in the movie, but then he ended up. You're like, oh wow, he's a good character too.
Right.
That's a good answer. I'm glad you said that. I didn't even think
because
about that.
having read them, they did such a great job at bringing all the characters to life and just the visuals, the places, everything, the things that they were wearing and stuff, all of the outfits and stuff. It was just very whoa, that's exactly, they did an amazing job putting that into a good visual.
And that utopian future, not futuristic looking like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was very impressed with that.
I got you.
I mean, I feel like some of the visuals could have been better. Like the fire dress.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think it looked good.
Yeah.
It didn't take from the movie or
but,
take
right,
away. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got you. But yeah, I agree with you. I'm glad you mentioned. I didn't even think about that. I did like the first 2. The second 2, I was someone lost me.
I fell off after the second one. I did enjoy the first 2, like you said though. I thought the first one was good, and the second one was decent. I didn't hate it or anything. But.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'm actually, I think, because of time, I'm gonna skip the one about overpaid actors. But I love this question. If you could make a cinematic universe out of anything, out of any movie, what would it be? And for example, Marvel and DC are doing theirs. I think they're trying to do a dark horror movie or dark monster movie. What is it?
Yeah, classic horror. I was reading an article
yeah.
earlier about that. They're doing a classic horror. So they're bringing back Frankenstein and Dracula.
And they're starting off with the Mummy,
all of that
the
stuff.
creature
And so
from
that's
the
really
Black
exciting.
Cat.
So, well, I've not seen the Mummy, so I don't know a lot. I'm hearing mixed reviews. Your mom actually liked it, but I'm hearing people that didn't like it. So we'll see. I did like the Brendan Fraser one, Guilty Pleasure.
Yeah.
I like the first 2 of them. The third one, don't even waste your time watching that one. But yeah, if you guys could see a cinematic universe of anything, what would it be? I'll start with you on this one.
I had a couple written down, but I have a big one at the end. I love the Halo games. I think technology's come far enough to actually pull that off now. The Gears of War games is kind of another one. I like video games. So those 2, I think, could easily be turned into movies. And the technology's there. Just quit making that excuse. Money will be there. People will watch it. I want a new X-Men one because they've disappointed me.
Okay.
But the main one is, dude, if they don't make a live action one that's worthy of Dragon Ball Z before I die, I'm gonna go insane.
Good.
Because it just has to happen.
They've had failures.
Oh,
yeah, I've not even. I saw the preview that I didn't want to see, and I've heard that it wasn't worth seeing.
What?
The Dragon Ball Z movie that came out a couple years ago.
You talking about Evolution?
Yeah. I
Gross.
wasn't into that.
Gross. That's worse than any movie we talked about on the
We have the
podcast
technology.
ever.
If we can make Captain America cool, and anybody like DC and Marvel doing so good, why can't you do the same with Dragon Ball Z?
I agree.
What do you think?
About Dragon Ball Z?
I know you're not on that,
I
but what about
I'm working
cinematic
on
universe?
that. I'm working on
We'll get her
it.
there. We'll
It
get her
takes
there.
a
I'm
little
working
while.
on
You
it.
got it. It's gonna take you a couple years to get to where we're at.
Yeah.
But what type of movies would you want to see a cinematic universe about?
Okay, so the classic horror that we were just talking about, that excites me, but at the same time, I don't know how I feel there's something about the classics, I feel like you just can't. You just can't redo and have it match up in any sort of way.
Don't even think about it.
So
Especially with today's standards, they would try to up it up too much, and then it kills the original.
Exactly, yeah, and then they're gonna change the entire story, and not that the story has to be the exact same, but I don't know how I feel. So.
Okay, so you don't really have much, huh, on that list? Okay.
I really don't.
I have 2. One is everyone loves Halo, by the way. Everybody loves Super Smash Brothers. If you had the Nintendo 64 or knew somebody that had one, you go over their house. I would love to see a cinematic version of that. I'd like to see like a solo Yoshi movie, solo Mario Brothers movie that's done right. Like a Legend of Zelda movie.
How dare you? Time out.
You like the Mario movie, really?
Because I watched it when I was 7. Yeah, I have it on
Have you watched it
VHS.
since?
I've tried.
Okay then.
Exactly.
Okay then.
There's those movies that you
Point
watch when
taken.
you're a kid
Yeah.
and then you can't go back
Yeah,
and watch.
Space Jam is one. I love Space Jam as a kid, and even sometimes nostalgia gets me. But if you actually are critically watching that movie, it's stupid. It's terrible.
Yeah.
I hate it. It doesn't even compare to Roger Rabbit.
Yeah.
It's great.
The Never-Ending Story. Loved those movies as a kid. Went back and watched them and was like, this is the worst movie I've ever watched in my entire life.
So you know what I'm
Turn it
saying?
off. Oh,
Exactly.
It was so bad.
But yeah, like I was saying, like have solo movies of these Mario Brothers characters, and then come together like a Super Smash Brothers movie and have them duke it out. I think that would be actually a great movie. Another one I just thought about on the fly, listening to y'all, would be a 90s Nickelodeon cartoon cinematic universe.
Oh wow.
Do a good Hey Arnold movie,
Yeah.
do a good Rugrats movie, do
That
a
would be
good
fun.
Cat Dog movie, and then have them actually. Who would not want to see these guys
Yeah.
conversate with each
Right.
other? We all know, like
Yeah.
we grew up with these movies.
Doug.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I don't know how
That's a
you would
good
get them
idea.
in the same movie or how you would get them talking because some of them are different species. But you know, make it fun. Like acknowledge that you guys are animated people.
I was about to say you would keep it animated, right?
Yeah, of course.
That's what I said. Yeah,
You can do whatever you
exactly.
want.
Right. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
You
how
can
they
do whatever you want. Make it
You
silly.
can stretch it as much as you want.
Exactly.
So I think that would be a good one right there. I would call it Nick Universe. I don't
Yeah.
know. Nick. Just call it
Call it
Nicktoons.
something.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, you're right. Those characters meeting would be very fascinating.
Who would not want to see Cat Dog talking to Tommy Pickles? Who would not want to see Hey Arnold saying what's up to Doug? You know.
I look back at that and realize how trippy it is that there was literally like movies in theaters about
Mhm.
Rugrats. Like they were
Yeah.
handing out toys at Burger King that were
Mhm.
Rugrat toys. Like looking
Oh,
back
yeah.
on that is crazy.
Oh yeah, and you know it's crazy. Like those are the best type of cartoons of all time. They can't. They try to duplicate these new cartoons. Can't do it. I'll praise maybe one that my son likes. It's on the Disney Channel. Phineas and Ferb. I like that one. I'll give him that
Something like
one.
Adventure Time. I can watch that every now and then.
Okay,
That was
I'm not
pretty
really.
funny. Yeah, but see, what's funny is like now it's transitioned to kid cartoons are garbage,
Yeah.
and adult cartoons are hilarious.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I
It
watched
never used to
Rick
be
and
like
Morty- I
that.
watched Rick and Morty the other night. I'm 28, 27 years old. I'm dying laughing
He's
in
so
my
old, he
house.
forgot his age.
Yeah, watching, you're older than me. Watching cartoons, laughing by myself at my house, and I was just like,
Yeah,
man.
you're right though. I've seen the trend. Now it's the adult comedy, and the kids are just like, you guys are
It's just
stupid.
fun, yeah.
I've heard
Yes.
so many people say such good things about that
Rick
show.
and Morty,
Like,
oh,
we
yeah.
both are like really.
We need to
watch
get
to
this
that,
and just
yeah.
haven't done it yet.
Yeah, we gotta dive into that one. I've only watched literally the one episode, and I was like, okay, you
You
got me.
And you know, I love Back to the Future. Like I keep saying, and
Yeah.
it looks like their relationship is sort of like Marty's. And,
Yeah,
and
instead of
Doc's.
like time, it's dimensions.
Dimensions, yeah.
And there's
Okay.
somebody told me they're like, yeah, here's the trailer for not Fast and Furious, gosh, Back to the Future 4, and I'm like, it's probably fake. And they watched it, they're like, it looks pretty real. And I watched it later, I was like, that wasn't real, stupid. What are you talking about? Like,
Beware of fake trailers, by the way.
Yeah.
It's easy to call them out.
It's ridiculous.
Hey man, I really appreciate that. You guys gave me some good dialogue, good stuff. If you like movies, man, this is a good podcast for you. I'd like to thank you guys again. Thank you, Brandon.
Of course, brother.
Appreciate you coming. Thank you, baby girl. Thank you for doing this for us. And all right, I enjoyed this conversation. It could have went on forever, but we have to end it a little right now, or we'll die.
Yeah.
Check me out on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Intellectro Controverse, man. Give me some comments and feedback about this episode. You guys want to plug anything? You want to? I know you're starting up a podcast.
Yeah, the West Nest podcast will be started hopefully before the end of July, 1st of August, as soon as we get everything set up.
All right.
And,
Him and his wife, by the way.
me and my wife, and Brandon West on YouTube. Got some movie reviews and fight reviews if you like MMA and stuff like that. So.
Okay. You got anything? No?
No.
Check out we're going to be starting to do movie reviews. We started one with Baby Driver if you want to check that out. We might do a Spider-Man one soon, maybe after this episode. And, yeah. Yes. Thank you. Peace.